So welcome all to join us at the Zoom session at the University of Washington, Tacoma School of Engineering and Technology. This is an information session for our new graduate certificate in software development engineering, starting in the autumn quarter this year. So this is the agenda for today. So our idea is we would start with an introduction for the faculty members and in particular some instructors for the program. And then we will have a short presentation to give you some overview information about what our program offers. And then we will answer your questions. So in terms of the logistics, please note that this Zoom meeting is being recorded. The presentation part will be made public on YouTube, not the part that about the questions, but the presentations that we made. And please ask questions via the chat function on Zoom and send the chat message to our host, Mr. Curtis Black, at any time. Curtis will monitor all your questions and we will later answer your questions after the presentation. So first of all, let's start with the introduction. My name is Kai Young. I'm a faculty member at the School of Engineering and Technology. And I, together with Wes, who is going to introduce next, I have been developing this certificate program.
Thank you, Kai. I'm Wes Lloyd. I'm an assistant professor here at University of Washington, Tacoma in the School of Engineering and Technology. My area is cloud computing.
Hi, I'm Ling Hong Hung. I'm a research scientist. I actually, my degree is actually in biochemistry. I have a PhD in biochemistry. I do not have a degree in IT, and I'm an example of someone who's actually made the transition from doing something else to doing software development, which I've been doing for the last 20 years. And I'll be the instructor to help you guys actually build something by the end of the certificate program if you actually take the course. I hope you do.
Hi everyone, I'm Tom Kapal, and I'm an assistant teaching professor. I've got 20+ years experience teaching computer science and software engineering and development. I also have a fair amount of industry background, and I will be teaching this fall the 502 course on object-oriented programming. I'll be working in conjunction with the 501 instructor, Kevin, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about that later in this presentation. Thanks.
And I am Curtis Black. I'm an academic advisor for graduate students. We have all the students in our certificate program, as well as our PhD and our 2 master's programs. And I've been with UW for, I think, 12 or 13 years, and in admissions for 20-something years. So welcome.
Okay, I guess I'll take this slide, Kai. This is the intro session on the graduate certificate for software development engineering. And you can find a program overview on our website. And this is linked off of the main page at the School of Engineering and Technology. So many of you may have already visited this site. So we'll kind of go through the key questions here about the program. So why learn software development and engineering? So today, many careers outside of computer science leverage programming in various ways. So having expertise in developing software, writing program code, it can benefit you not just in a computer science career, but in many other careers. And here on this website, they list 100 careers that where computer science makes an impact. If you go towards software development, software engineering, you'll find lucrative salary throughout the Pacific Northwest, as well as numerous opportunities. In fact, generally in the Western Washington, there's more positions than there are qualified candidates to fill the positions. And so this, of course, gives a fair bit of job security, given that it's difficult to meet the demand for computer scientists. So how will the graduate certificate in software development engineering, how will this new program help you launch a new career? So the goal of the program is to really take people with bachelor's degrees and maybe some background in programming and transition them to software development. And so the certificate program is designed by having a set of integrated courses that are led by experienced instructors, teachers, and as well as software developers, people who have worked in industry and have experience. And so the courses are hands-on. They feature integrated assignments. And the key thing is you're not learning on your own. You're learning through a structured program with milestones and deadlines, and so it's geared towards people that are looking for something besides a entirely self-driven approach. The certificate will feature a full stack development project in the last quarter. So this is a team project where you kind of leverage everything you've built up through the years of the certificate, through the courses of the certificate. And we put that all together in the end. In addition, by joining the graduate certificate for software development and engineering, you become students in the School of Engineering and Technology at UW-Tacoma. And so as a student at UW-Tacoma, you get access to some of the development and career resources and networking that are available to existing students. And so this can include things like career counseling, resume review sessions, access to job postings, networking opportunities, panel discussions, and we hope to feature guest speakers from industry to come and speak during some of the courses. So you're learning in a structured, integrated program, and we also, you get access to the resources that the school provides. So who will benefit from the graduate certificate in software development engineering? Anyone with a bachelor's degree having some basic computer programming experience. I think we're looking for a couple courses in object-oriented programming. So if you're in the UW system, CSS 142, 143, those are the typical ones. But if you haven't had those courses specifically, maybe you've self-taught yourself in object-oriented programming, that can suffice as well. Anyone looking to expand on their programming skills through a focused program, but not wanting to go back for an entire second bachelor's degree. The graduate certificate provides a bridge for you to build on your initial bachelor's degree without going for the second bachelor's degree. So if you have a bachelor's degree in something else, you could get the certificate and then qualify for graduate programs in computer science. So the program will really help someone that is in a current job where programming has become important and they need to learn more programming, or possibly someone that's looking to transition to a new job or to pursue a graduate degree. So one benefit is if you go through our certificate program, we do have a master's degree here at UW-Tacoma, and it's possible then to apply then to the master's program because the certificate is designed to provide all the necessary prerequisites for the master's in computer science. So there won't be any questions regarding, oh, does this applicant have the necessary coursework? If they've done the graduate certificate, they will have already covered the necessary courses. The certificate is designed for working professionals with classes primarily on Saturdays. And the program structure, it's based on 6 integrated courses that focus on building, programming, and software engineering skills. Each quarter has a balanced curriculum. So you'll find that there will be one lecture-based course devoted to computer science theory and practical aspects of software development, and there will be one companion lab course. And this is the more of the hands-on course where it's not lecture-based, but it's an accompanying the lecture-based course and really allowing you to do many of the things that are talked about. So the balanced curriculum, you have theory plus hands-on. And so with that, I will turn it over to Tom Kapal, who will be teaching this fall the TCSS 502 Object-Oriented Programming class. Tom will talk about some of the fall curriculum.
So hello, everyone. I'm Tom Kapal, and I want to thank you for being here at this informational session. And one of the other things I'd like to bring up is that if you don't have an opportunity to ask and get all the information you'd like on both the 501 and 502 courses, feel free to email me. That email was given at the start of the presentation here, and remember that presentation will be made available for you on YouTube. So I will be teaching 502, and I will partner with Kevin, who's teaching 501, and so he and I are going to coordinate. He'll teach the algorithms and data structures course, which gives us the theory behind how to work with data, right? Any program that we write, any software that we build is always going to focus on data. It's about data in some form or another. And so what Kevin's going to introduce to you here, and here's the information on the 501 course, algorithms and data structures. He's going to teach you what data structures are appropriate based on the needs of your software, what problems you're trying to solve, and so. Along with that, you need to be able to access the data in an efficient manner, and so he'll go through the different algorithms and techniques that are going to let you build software that's efficient in terms of representing the data, retrieving the data, and manipulating the data. And so here's a little background on Kevin. He did get his Bachelor of Science here from UW-Tacoma in 2013. Okay, and then an MS in 2016. And he's got, as you can see, 20 years, almost 20 years of experience, a lot of that being industry-based, and so in a variety of different fields. And so this to me is a very important thing because you don't know necessarily where you will end up with your career, but there are needs for software development in any discipline. And so he's got background, as you can see, in education, healthcare, manufacturing, and aerospace. He's currently working for Blue Origin. And so here's my class, Object-Oriented Programming. And so here, this class Certainly object-oriented principles are going to be discussed. So some buzzwords or some keywords as part of that discussion: inheritance, encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism. The thing about this class, though, is it starts to prepare you for building software in the large or programming in the large. And so employing object-oriented techniques are a critical part of building large software where multiple pieces have to talk to one another, and of course multiple teams work together on building the software. And so what I will do as part of the class is introduce those things I just described, and then I'll coordinate with Kevin to incorporate the different data structures and algorithms concepts into building a robust piece of software overall. And so now I will hand it over to Hong, and he will talk to you about the follow-up courses in winter and spring quarters.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm not going to be teaching the winter courses. We don't know who the instructors are yet, but we can go over what the curriculum is and what we're trying to do by it. So TSS 503 is algorithm problem solving. The idea here, we're looking at more advanced algorithms such as graphs, trees, breadth-first searches, divide, conquer, greedy algorithms, dynamic programming. Surprisingly, I've actually had to implement every single one of these in software over the years. So this is actually something that has quite a bit of practical significance, especially in scientific programming, if that's what you go into. And it has also a secondary importance that these topics always come up in technical interviews. So even if you never encounter them all that much in your work, they will come up when you're actually applying for a job. So it's a very important course, and these topics are very important for you to become familiar with. The companion course for this is 504, which deals with the principles and theories of software engineering development, including requirement analysis, design prototyping, systems analysis, testing, project and version management, software and system metrics, and software development processes, life cycles. Now, these are things that will help you understand or make things a little bit easier about how to actually go about designing a piece of software. And it also introduces you to the standard type of industry practices that are used in order to manage software development. So these are also important things for you to understand if you go into this field. So in the spring quarter, we'll be looking at 505, which is systems programming. So we're going to be looking at the fundamental concepts of modern operating systems and how they function, looking at processes, threads, memory management, CPU scheduling, file systems, virtual machines, and software containers, which have become really popular. And we're going to be using the Linux operating system. You're going to learn a bit of Bash and scripting and systems programming. Now, it's again surprising how much of the systems programming stuff you have to do nowadays, even if you're just writing application software. You do need to know how to implement it, especially now with you have to understand how it interacts with its operating system, especially now with the prevalence of cloud. Now that's made things easier for the user, but it means that there's a little bit more the programmer has to do in terms of making sure that it works in the environment. The setup isn't all done by the user anymore because they don't have sysadmins, a lot of them anymore. So it falls upon the programmer to do a lot of this. So this is becoming more and more important, systems programming. Being able to navigate command line environment, being able to make sure that your software is easily deployed as well as well written. And the final thing is 506. And so the idea here is that we take everything that you've learned and we actually make something of it. So, I mean, that's what software development is. You're building stuff, you're building an app. So let's take everything that you have, give you some principles about how to set up a web app, how to use GitHub properly for collaboration, basics of setting up a web server, some basics on database queries and how to do that in the cloud. Give you enough so that you can actually, but the main thing here is that you're going to make an app. And what that app does, that's going to be completely up to the team members. And hopefully it's something that isn't going to be a toy app like managing your music or something like that, but something that uses the domain knowledge you guys have, because you guys have actually you've got a degree somewhere, you've learned a lot of stuff, and hopefully if you transition to software development, that will be a large part of what makes you desirable and hireable. So one of the things is with domain knowledge is that it's not just writing a good app, it's writing an app that matters, and writing an app that does something that's useful. And then you can leverage your knowledge and make something that's useful at the end of the day, and something you can show people when you finish the course.
So now what we have covered is we have talked about why you would be interested to learn more about software development engineering. We have talked about how this program could help you to launch or reshape your career. And we also talked about who would benefit from this GC-SDE program. And we also covered what our program offers. So now I hope you would have some more logistics questions, like when will the program start? And when and where would the courses be offered? So the program will start on Saturday, October 3rd, 2020. And this is the first day of the autumn quarter at University of Washington. The courses will be offered remotely via Zoom for this year. And the courses in autumn will include both synchronous sessions on Saturdays and asynchronous sessions at your own time on weekdays. And the tuition fees with fees included would be $2,575 per class. And there will be a total of 6 classes. So that would be, the total would be a little bit more than $15,000 total tuition for the entire 9 months. And when and how can I apply? Registration is open today. And the priority registration deadline is August 31st. And how is visit the University of Washington Graduate School Application website. And we can provide a link in the chat box later. And when you go to the website, you want to create a new application profile to begin your application process. And then you will complete the corresponding applicant profile form. And you will continue to the graduate school application. Then in step 1 of the application, you would choose graduate, non-matriculated. And step 2, you would choose the program, computer science and systems, Tacoma, MS in computer science and systems.